Hey folks, happy Friday. Tanya coming to you here live from my bathroom. This one, you might be kind of like, why are you talking about deodorants? Well, because if you didn't know, first of all, skin is actually an organ, and it's the largest organ on your body, and it absorbs everything from, not just stuff that you're eating in your body, like taking in, but, lotions that you put on it, deodorants, stuff it's absorbing from the environment, the air, all that kind of stuff. And so it's super important that you are aware of things that your skin is absorbing and taking in, because that gets into your system. So the reason that I care so passionately or care so much about deodorant is because a couple years ago, I want to say it was 2014, I actually, in case you ladies aren't doing this, and even guys, you should be doing, in addition to like your mammograms when you start getting them, you should also be doing self-checks, breast checks. And so one night I was laying in bed, and that's why I figured it's a good time to do it. So, I actually went and found, I think it was on this side, I found a lump on the side of my breast. And of course, it totally freaked me out. And of course, Gary wasn't home, so I'm like sitting there waiting for him to get home. Like, oh my God, I'm so freaked out. Do I tell him? Blah, blah, blah. Well, long story short, it turned out to be a fatty tumor. It was not cancerous, but that was like my first and closest scare to any type of anything like that, breast cancer or whatever. So ever since that point, I've been very aware of especially the deodorants, because what happens is, your deodorants are right here. This is actually all part of your like mammary gland, and so you can get breast cancer in here. And I'm just looking at like, anyway. And so in case you don't know, this is like what I used to use, Degree, Sport, Motion Sense, whatever. It's an anti-perspirant and deodorant. And what happens with anti-perspirant deodorants, and this is like, I don't know about guys,
something with you. I wanted to do this one with you.
okay.
Okay. The reason why I wanted to do this one with her is because, I spent a lot of time in college with women's health and so on. And yes, it's actually in men's as well. They use powdered aluminum cans. Anything aluminum, they use powdered aluminum. That's what that is. They put it inside there, and when you put it on underneath your armpits, it seeps into your pores and it blocks the sweat glands. Now, women, this is highly dangerous for you, like she just said, because of the reason why is because you have lymph nodes right here and right here. Okay, and if those get blocked or clogged, guess what they do? They turn into cancer. That's exactly what it does.
Or fatty tumors, which
or
is what I had.
Or fatty tumors, or whatever it is. Aluminum nitrate is what the main ingredient. I mean, it's a long name.
Aluminum, zirconium,
right?
Blah blah blah
right.
blah blah.
But it's basically an aluminum nitrate, is what it is, and it is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Have you ever went to take a shower, and when you go to wash underneath your arms, you just don't feel like you're getting it clean.
Off, like even if you scrub?
Yeah, that's because the aluminum has seeped into your pores. And that's what it's doing. It's plugging it up.
It's a film there. Like I said, it's anti-perspirant, which means anti-sweating. And it's clogging all that crap up, and then you can't sweat, and then you can't get it off.
Right. So ladies, especially ladies, and men too, you also have lymph nodes that run right through here as well. Because remember, we all start out female, so it doesn't matter. But anyways.
That's a show for another time.
Yeah. But just saying that, I so 100% agree with Tanya. Please find a
finish on with the story. So the next thing I moved to was Tom's. Tom's is all natural. It is just deodorant. That's the difference. Usually if you have an anti-perspirant, it's got that aluminum crap in it. Deodorant typically doesn't. Tom's, of course, is a well-known brand. It's, all natural. In this one, it's lavender lavender scented. And it's all natural, no animal testing, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't have the aluminum in it. So just like you read ingredients on your food, read the ingredients on your deodorants too. Because if you look at the inactive ingredients, it still has other crap that, I'm almost kind of a believer that if you can't pronounce it, maybe you shouldn't eat it or, ingest it or whatever. Cyclopensiloxane sterile alcohol, C12-15 alkyl benzoate. Like, what? Why is that something I'd even want to try and put in my armpit? Like, no. Okay, so this has got like vegetable derived stuff, water, sodium, aloe, leaf juice, all kinds. Much better. Okay, now I've been using this for a long time. One, I'm not a fan of the smell of lavender. I've been using it because I haven't been able to find anything else in the stores. But I've continued on in my search because, one, with Tom's, it's like you either get lavender or no scent. And what I don't like about Tom's is that it doesn't... The odor protection, it's a deodorant, and the odor protection doesn't work very long. So as soon as I start to get warmer, I feel like I'm starting to sweat. One, it gets all wet under here. And then two, I'm like, oh, BO is back. Great. So then I have to reapply this like a couple of times a day. This says 24-hour protection, but I'm calling bullshit on that. So Tom's did an all right job, but I've continued on my search, and I posted actually a couple weeks ago an article about these women that had reviewed like the top 5 natural deodorants or whatever. And so this is where I found the one I'm currently using called Native. Native is a deodorant. It's paraben free. It's aluminum free. This is actually a coconut and vanilla scented one. So yay, different scent. But the reason that I decided to give it a try was in their review, they talked about the fact that they they did their normal work day. They went to like a yoga class. They did a bunch of running around, and they still felt dry, and they didn't smell. And so I got this. This was $10. So it is a little more spendy. This was probably $3 or $4. This was probably $3. This is 10, but I'm willing to pay more for high quality stuff if it works. And so I've been using this now for just a couple of days. I just got it. And, let's see, it's got stuff like arrowroot. Okay, not a big deal. Baking soda, shea butter, coconut oil. So these are all things that, one, I can pronounce, and two, for the most part, I know what they are. And so I will say, like, I'm using it right now. You can see a little bit of residue. I don't think I did a very good job of like rubbing it in. But for the most part, it has kept me pretty dry. We're starting to get warmer weather, so it's really going to be the test now. The only time I felt any kind of wetness has been when I'm working out and doing a heavy duty workout, because I sweat a lot anyway. I am a sweater. Girls can do that. We sweat. But the really cool thing is after I do like an hour long, like kickboxing type workout or an insanity workout or whatever, it's like the sniff test. I don't smell. I smell the coconut and the vanilla, and that's pretty fucking awesome. And like I said, if the worst thing that happens is I feel the wetness when I'm working out, guess what? I'm feeling the wetness everywhere. So right here, not a big deal. But when I'm at work and it's warm or whatever, and I kind of feel the heat or whatever, I'm pretty good. Like I said, right now, I don't think I like massaged it in well enough this morning. So I feel a little wet right now, but not nearly as bad as this was. And again, it's all natural stuff, and it seems to be keeping me drier, and it actually is deodorizing. So I just wanted to share with you my journey, my journey through deodorants, and just give you guys a little bit of knowledge, especially you ladies, on the difference between a deodorant and the ones that have the anti-perspirant. You want your body to sweat. You need your body to sweat, not only to detoxify, but that's also how it regulates its own temperature, cooling system. When you're sick, that's why you get really hot and then really cold, because your body's kind of out of whack, and that's your body trying to bring it back to homeostasis. So That's what sweating does. Plus, it's a good indicator. If you've stopped sweating, like just in general, this is kind of a side tip, but if you've stopped sweating, like when you're working out, running, whatever, then you are already into the signs of dehydration. You might want to check that. So anyway, sweating is a very good thing. I know it's very inconvenient. It can be smelly. It can be gross, but it is a natural body process. So that's your health tip, a skincare tip today, a beauty tip, if you will. Do your research if you want to go back. Like I think it was last week, and I posted that article to go check all those different ones out. Some were spendier than others. I figured $10, I could live with that. And I have it set to where I will get one of these, because it doesn't take, it takes me a while to get through deodorant. So I got it set to come to me once every 4 months. So $10 every 4 months, I think I can manage that. So I would love to hear from you guys if you have other deodorants maybe that you use, that you like, or things maybe you didn't know, but that you have to share. Comment below. I think all of us, women, men, whatever, I think we'd all love more health, wellness, beauty, skincare tips, whatever. Those were some of mine that I wanted to share with you. And anyway, hope you have a great Friday night, a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow for, actually probably later tonight for Daily Gratitude, and then tomorrow for Team Shoutouts. Have an awesome night, and I will talk to you guys soon.